morning, Laura.
Good morning, Inbaal. Good morning, everybody. Hello.
Welcome to Psychic Brunch with Laura Daligan and Inbaal Honigman, broadcasting at you live from the UK.
Yes, we are. It's good to see you. I was just having a moment because, on our lovely theme tune that is on before we come on, and at the end, there's something that sounds a bit like a growl. and
You.
it's not me. It is my friend Chris did this music for me, and I wanted to be very dragony. So at the end, he recorded his cat's purr and turned it into something that sounds more like a dragon. But the lovely Rosie, who I rescued from Milton Keynes, where we used to do the psychic TV show, and she passed away last week. So I was like, oh, my heart, because I'd kind of forgotten. You hear that song a lot. I'd forgotten it was her, and I was like, oh, Rosie. So she's kind of living on in our theme tune. She was almost 21. She was almost 21.
Oh, and she'll be 21 forever.
21 forever, yes. So I just
that's lovely. Oh, I love it that now we have like a cat spirit that belongs to the show that will be, permanently in the show. And that's really, really lovely. I couldn't figure out why you were so emotional. I saw you 2 seconds ago. You were fine, and
what has happened in that music?
That's lovely. And I feel like the whole opening sequence is sort of very, very moving because it is like through the ages.
I've so watched it. It is from about 20 years almost, isn't it? Really, I think of us being around doing being our fabulous selves all over the shop.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the people that watch us do remember those times when, if you were sort of quite an alternative person, it's not that you had to hide it, but you'd have an easier life if you did.
Yeah.
And we kind of pushed through it. And now, babe, we're trending. Every interview starts with, how do you think social media and the proliferation of witcheries is accepted? And, are you happy that it's now a trend?
I don't think I'm never going to trend. I don't think I'm ever going to.
No, exactly. Always alternative. Don't accept us. We don't want to be accepted. But what was funny, I was asked just this week by somebody how I feel about science and innovation being really sort of at a peak, and then at the same time witchcraft is sort of re-emerging. And I said, I'm pretty sure that the very first very public witches, like in the 60s, from the black and white documentaries and from the books, were asked exactly the same thing, because back then you thought that whatever was sort of the peak of innovation and the peak of technology, a TV almost in every house, was as far as science could take it. And yet there was still the emergence or the re-emergence of alternative spirituality, and I don't think they negate at all.
No, I think it's in the soul. Like, all the Victorian fairy lore and interest and obsessions I had with fairy became because of the Industrial Revolution. The more we go in one direction, the more our soul, like an arrow, pulls back and goes, hold the phone. Like, my soul needs to be in the wild. So I think the more one thing goes one way, the part of you that is born from the wild, born from millions of years of connection to the land, goes, excuse me. I got a point here.
I beg you, beg pardon.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it makes perfect, like you say, it makes perfect sense. The more we go away from it, the more, as there's something in a lot of people. I think, as you said, when we first started doing on the psychic TV 20 odd years ago, the idea of getting a reading on TV was still freaking wacky, wasn't it? People were like, what?
It was insane. People would ring up and they'd be like, are you really doing readings? Is it a thing?
Yeah, and it was sort of like only sort of in the corner, wasn't it? I mean, literally, we were literally in a corner of a studio.
Yeah, but not the cleanest corner of the studio either. In the beginning.
Anyway, it was lovely. But yeah, it was funny that it became hush hush, and then suddenly, as you say, it's everywhere, and people talk about it in Hollywood, and they talk about they get readings, and you've got entrepreneurs and millionaires who are going, yeah, I believe in astrology, which they always did but it's almost easier for them just to say, yeah, this is what we believe in now. So.
They always did. Do you know, this is years ago, I was watching the making of Hello Hello, one of my favorite things on TV ever. And the two men who wrote it, one of them was being interviewed, and he said, it was just sort of so out of left field. He said, so I was receiving a reading, before they wrote Hello Hello, and the medium told me that my partner is going to be in hospital that day. And because I didn't have a romantic partner, I thought it was probably the writing partner. So I raced to the hospital and he was there. So it was the two men that wrote Hello Hello. But the fact that he just kind of dropped it into the conversation was so revealing, because people have always believed in it. People have always sought out, a bit of extra information, a bit of extra reassurance, guidance, the road ahead. But before, they would have to ask, do you know anybody? And, and maybe sort of go and try and find it. Whereas we bring it right in your face. Hey, have you got YouTube? In your face. In your phone.
In your face. Yeah. And I think it's
where the phone is. It's in the face.
Yeah, this is true. It's brilliant. And as you say, it's something that it's such a, I don't know, is it a repression thing that people have, because I think people in the olden days, like pre-Victorian, or whenever, were very much into this. It was a way of life. You would look at signs, you would go to the village wise woman, or the healer, and it's like, then there's a squished amount of times where no, that was not allowed, and it's like we're coming out of that, but people are still going, is it allowed, or am I allowed to get that?
Yeah. And I love science. I'm an next person. I did science at school. I enjoy it, but I think there must have been a time where science as almost a faith was trying to sort of oppress all other ways, whereas the grandmothers are like, two for joy, one for, there's science everywhere. And science was like, actually, the immutable laws of science say that you could have three for joy. There's no proof. Yeah. No, babe, I wasn't looking for proof. I was looking for a bit of reassurance on my way to a job interview.
Exactly. It's really fascinating. I love that we have ideas of topics and we go blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we had two excellent topics, but we're 10 minutes into the show and those topics are abandoned. But we do have some viewers that we want to greet. Hi guys, hi ladies.
Hello everybody.
So,
good morning.
You're going to be totally floored. Mark Bison, it's Colby.
Oh, hi.
Yes. Saying good morning, Inbaal and dearest Red One. I hope you're both okay. I'm having a break this morning and an alert came up, so I am popping in. Hi. Guys and gals, and in between, make sure that you put your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe so that you, just like Mark here, could be receiving notification that we are on.
That's so good. And good to hear from you, and also you, Sandy, as well. Yes.
Sandy sent us a crystal ball and a horse's head, saying, "Hello, ladies, blessings."
Blessings, and how to talk to
me. You know how to get to screen. Simeon is saying good morning.
Morning.
Is saying good morning, lovely lady. And Gavin has got a beautiful message there, saying the old merging with the new for the children of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. We're not that early, honestly, Scott. We are.
Yeah, exactly. Scott says, wow, you all are early. Where we are, it's almost lunchtime. So it's possible that you're early, but we've had a full morning.
Good morning.
Mark says, love Hello Hello, one of my favorite series. It will never be made now, though, sadly. They also wrote some episodes of Birds of a Feather and Goodnight Sweetheart. Oh, the same writing duo. I didn't know that.
I think it came on Facebook or somewhere, like a video of clips from a low, and I was just wetting myself, just because it's, you always watch it as a child and just like, yeah.
I only watched it as an adult. We didn't get a lot of stuff about the war. It wasn't like it wasn't like a comedy topic so much when there were still like Holocaust survivors up and down and and all around. But I watched it, I think probably age 30 for the first time, and it was brilliant. I was staying with a friend who had like the entire series, and so I binged it in like a box set of VHSs, I think. It's brilliant.
I think you'll never get a better impression of a Brit trying to do a foreign language as good moaning and thinking they're being so convincing, and everyone's going, what?
No, I thought it was really realistic. I thought it was his real voice. He still looks the same. I saw him in some interview and he seems to not have aged a day. I wonder if he's a bit of a witchy.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Twisted is greeting Scott. Scott is saying, Twisted, oh my God, good morning. I think for both of them, it's like insanely early.
Yes.
Gavin says, yes, the ancient old ways of healing coming forward into this new technological era for the benefit of our children's future. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Love that. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, hello, Colleen.
Colleen with the horses saying, have this playing in my pocket as I do morning horse chores.
So basically, I'm talking to the horses. That's what you're saying. Yes.
Are there any noises that horses like that you want to make for Colleen's horses?
Polos.
Oh, really? Because with camels, like when you go like, do horses not have an equivalent?
I haven't tried it. You can tell us, Colleen, what your horse is like, and we'll make those noises.
Colleen, tell us if they do anything when I do this.
I think that's my favorite thing now.
We've got an update from Scott saying it's 6:45 a.m. in Detroit. They just called school off due to ice.
Wow.
Ooh. We have frost as well. Yeah.
I guess that in Detroit, ice is intense if it gets, like in Britain, we get a little bit of a slip and everything grinds to a halt. But I guess with you guys, it must be some quite serious ice for that to happen.
Yeah, that's it. If they shut the school, it's probably impossible to drive, and you can't open the door. Twisted saying, morning, Colleen, love those horses for me, please. Scott says, Colleen, you got to watch this cow channel. It's hilarious. I'll get you the link. Please remember your sisters here as well who love all animals.
All animals. Yeah.
Twisted saying, good day to binge watch movies. Love it. Right? Amazing. The guy who did Good Morning was actually fluent in French after finishing a low. He went on to be a French teacher.
Oh my God, I'm going to tell my mum that. She'll be, because my mum's a French teacher and she finds that. She just loves that so much. And when I tell her that, that'll make a day, I think. Yeah.
It absolutely will, without a doubt. So we spoke about how readings are coming straight into your face, straight into your phone.
We went straight into a low.
Moving to a low. But yeah, let's kind of reverse for a second. I'm really happy to sort of put it in fifth all the way towards a low, because it was sort of quite mystical, wasn't it? Didn't they have like the statue of the Madonna with a big, right? There was something, mystical in there. But if you would like a little reading of your own, we are all about that. We've got some tarot cards here. We
had a bit of a mention before about connecting with goddesses, and so I rummaged out my goddess cards in our little intro. So we've got some goddess oracles as well. So it'll be nice to use those. Let me pull a goddess card for you, Inbaal. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Goddess wants to connect with Inbaal. Oh, Kuan Yin.
Oh, wow.
Compassion.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. Yes. So Yeah, so there's a bit of self-compassion and gentleness and self-kindness that is apparently required from here. So, I mean, I was expecting something more fiery, but maybe that's what you've got enough of that. It's just a time for some self-care and some gentleness with Kuan Yin.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've had a really, really, really bonkers January. It was like non-stop. 1st of January, fully booked. 2nd of January, not much better. So, yeah, it has been a little bit intense. And Sunday night, I didn't sleep at all. And I've not exactly caught. I was working, didn't sleep at all, working.
Yeah.
Not like the good old days. Sunday night, didn't sleep at all. So I haven't exactly caught up. So I really think your deck is understanding that you can't, because I'm just looking face first into getting booked up for this Sunday night because it's the Super Bowl. So it's possible.
Right.
So it's possible that I don't get to sort of sleep that much, or if at all, this Sunday night.
It's trying to find some time and space for self-compassion and for kindness for yourself. I mean, you are other people. It's just for you. There's a feeling.
Thank you. Yeah, just would be nice. Oh, thank you so much for that.
So great. Yay.
We've got the first request is from Mark saying, not had a reading from Red One in ages. So go on, pull a few cards each. Thanks as always, although I didn't come on here for that. I know you came to support, but support each other.
I'll pick out some of the tarot. I've got like the smallest deck of cards here. Tiny tarot. Right.
Oh, how tiny is it? Oh, how cute.
It's a little tin. You can't complain that things in a little tin. Always makes you happy if things are in a little tin.
I really love a useful looking box.
Yeah.
I know, I've been told worse.
Sorry, Mark. Okay. A couple of cards for you for today. Oh, 9 of Cups.
Lovely.
Oh, that's a lovely feeling. And the Empress. I pulled 2. Got the Empress and the 9 of Cups. It's so goddessy, actually, considering our topic is goddesses as well. And it's 9 of Cups is about gentleness and dreaming in the future you want. The minute you're dreaming it in, you start to feel this occurring. And the Empress is also about manifesting and love. Again, the self-care vibe is pretty huge here today, apparently, for everybody. But also self-love, self-care, nurturing will bring in the things you want more than banging your head against a brick wall. Okay.
That's beautiful. And both of them have their little crescent moon in them as well.
Oh,
yay. Love that. And what it shows here is that you are leaving a lot of stuff behind, and that is cool, and that is more than cool. It's courageous. And it says the more you leave behind, the more you get rid of in terms of contacts, people that haven't really been useful, the more your own spirituality evolves and develops. Look at that. You've got the High Priestess there. And on the end of your reading, but really on the end of everything, we've got the Tower. And if everything comes crashing down again, if everything collapses again, you'll be absolutely fine. You will bounce right back exactly because you have bounced right back before. So shall we put all those cards together so you can take a screenshot?
There we go.
Fabulous.
Our best smiles.
I know, it was really a little bit like a smile from the poster of a horror on my side of it, but but that was the look I was going for.
Yes.
And Mark says, thank you. Inbaal can explain why they're relevant when you're not here. That's cool.
They can explain when I'm not there. I don't get
I got it. Scott says he was knocked out. It took 9-11, 10 minutes to get here. We can see the fire department from our house. I'm assuming we missed some news of a slip or something.
Oh dear.
And Colleen says, sounds great. Horses turn to love all sounds around, especially music. I'm always open for anything for me. Or is that for reading for you?
Yeah, but we just tell the horses that we love them, and that they're very beautiful. Yes, yes. And then a reading. Yes, okay, sure.
You play music for horses, Laura.
Well,
You're
it's
very
funny. I've got.
musical and you're
Oh my
very.
god! Oh my god! I did. I was in the New Forest a few years ago, and in the New Forest, I had my lyre with me, as you do. Because I was saying this morning to a friend, like, I'm going to go up the hill and try this here because I started playing, and all the ponies just started just hanging out, and they were just resting. Their heads just, they all came up and were just like, oh, I felt like I was like my dream coming true. I felt like properly, I've arrived now. People, audience, one thing, but animals coming up and going, oh, this is nice. It was the best.
It is. What a dream.
Yeah, that
Because
was
they're not doing it to be nice, are they? They're not doing
No.
it. They're doing it because you're properly radiant.
Yeah, they're just, oh, I like this. It's so they came over, they just stood there and they just were like, and they were just relaxed and rested. And I was like, oh, my heart. I was fine. I'm going to try it with the ones at the back as well. They probably won't be quite so excited that but we'll give it a go.
Well, they're used to the polos. So
yeah, like this would be a downward slope.
You can do both. Actually, yes. I would open it to like experimentation. What do you like better? Polos?
Wow. Oh, music. When we do horse riding at Halloween, we play games and they were playing musical chairs with the horses. So when the music stopped, we had to be still, but they were playing Ghostbusters and I loved that song so much. I was saying, Busted makes me feel good, and I just wouldn't stop. So I came out of the game. I was like, I don't care. And the horses were totally loving it. So.
I'm so excited. I love Ghostbusters too. Yes. Oh, that's fabulous. So we were going to do a quick fun reading for anything for Colleen.
Let's have a look. Lovely. Okay. Anything for Colleen. Oh, rest for you. I'll let you go first. I'm jumping ahead again.
Oh, okay. Look, we're starting with the death card. Do not panic. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It says that you're changing on the inside at the moment. And, we were saying about kind of self-care and that, but because you are in a caring capacity all the time, you can become very, very drained. Whereas if you self-care even a little bit, I know you're like, oh, but I love being with the horses and that. Fine, I'm not saying don't, but self-care a little bit, and then there's going to be so much more for you to give in an undrained, unburdened way. It says that you're investing a lot at the moment in people. And where like animals always deserve your investment and people, sometimes yes, sometimes less so. You're better off investing your people energy in yourself. The animal energy you find in the animals, but the people energy is better invested in yourself. So I don't know if that makes sense to you. Let's check out what Laura the Illuminated has there.
No, I just so pained to shut the curtain because it's a lovely day, but I'm going to have to because I look like I've come down from the spaceships. I've been on X-Files. Like, oh, day bye sunshine, just for a minute. Okay, I'm back. So there we go. So yeah, absolutely. I got the same, very similar energy. The first one that came was the 4 of Swords, which is so cute with a lamb in there, just resting your soul, like allowing your soul to have some nurturing, to have some rest. And you got the 6 of Swords because you are on a journey of transformation, so you're needing to have that rest. And there's been that, again, I put a couple of goddess cards as well, and they said the same thing. You've got Sedna, who was a victim of cruelty. I'm not saying you are, but there's a sense of what hasn't been okay, as then allowing you to transform, because she then became the goddess of the sea who cared for all of the animals of the sea. But that's what, maybe you've been this person that goes, well, I'm here for those who can't look after themselves, or I'm here to support them. But that's wonderful, never stop. But also the energy is of self-sensuality. Oshun is about taking care of your body and your soul so that you receive as well. It's exactly the same as Inbaal was saying in different words. But, this is a worthy place, but you are absolutely deserving of something that's going to light up your spirit, and also to make your body and soul feel good as well. This is your time. So, yeah, it might actually help you go on for longer with everything else you're doing, or to give more because you're receiving so much more as well.
Oh, how amazing. Hopefully this is helping you recharge as you're taking care of the horses. Gavin says about the horses, they love the pipes of Pan. I bet they do.
I'll be like doing musical experiments out the back, and my neighbours will be like, "Oh gosh."
Musical experiments in your area, as long as they're not the sort of banging the bongos at, insane o'clock, I'm sure your neighbors will be delighted. Simeon is saying the horse whisperer, and look at this wonderful surprise. Emily.
Hey, hi Emily.
Hey, I can comment. Took a while to work out how. So excited.
Excellent. I'm on this. I wouldn't know how to comment on it.
I know. Incidentally, if you are watching this on my Instagram, your comments don't appear on my screen. So I only see them at the very, very end after we sort of gone off air. But if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, that's what we've got at the moment. You can definitely comment. If you're watching on catch up, I don't have to tell you, but every once in a while you do get a message like later on catch up. Twisted is welcoming Emily. Mark says, love the cauldron mug. Yeah, it's a good mug. I'm going to keep watching, but shut up now so others can get in. Do not be shy. Send in your messages, comment. This, it helps boost us up for the algorithm anyway. So it's all positive. Milk Loaf says, Soft Deck is cool.
It is cool. It's very cool.
It's a cool name.
You know about the tarot exhibition that's on in London at the moment? I must go see it. There's a tarot exhibition on, and I've seen some photos from it. Apparently, it's not huge, but it's got some good art, some original art in there. So
I can imagine. I really feel they'll notice if I go to London like unexpected. I can't really sort of slink away.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for next time. And Andrew says hello all from Sydney. Hey.
Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And yeah, it must be nice actually. So Colleen says, wow, I had decided this is the year of me, not in a selfish way, but in a restorative way. Thank you. So
absolutely.
And
I don't think you can be selfish, so don't worry. We always have to kind of second, put that caveat. I'm not selfish. No, just don't leave that at the door. You're allowed to fill up your cup. You are allowed to fill up your cup. You're not being selfish. You're looking after you. So do it.
The more recharged you are, the better you'll be at all the things that you do. And if the things that you do are beneficial to, to the planet as a whole, then that self-care has a knock-on effect of more positivity, more light, more vibration for everybody. Emily says hello. So excited to see you here. Yeah. So where is that goddess deck? Where is it from? What pantheons does it cover?
So I actually have not used it for ages. It is this is the oracle that I'm using. It's really, really lovely. And actually each, it's not, I'm advertising it, but each card has a meditation as well that you can do. So that's really nice because it's a lovely part of the energy as you can tune in on so many levels. So it does cover a lot. Like it covers a lot of from Wales to Egypt to Japan. It's got a good scope, which is really lovely.
Beautiful.
Good to teach about different goddesses around the world as well, like Carly.
Yeah.
Yes. She's on a mission. She's on a roll. So yeah, I'd forgotten I had it. You said goddess. I went, I don't know why I don't use them very often. They're really, really beautiful.
Yeah. Which goddesses are you feeling at the moment?
Well, Bridget Aranimulk, definitely. Bridie and Bridget. And because I'm doing my book still, I mean, the Norse gods have got me by the you-know-what.
Yeah.
They really have. So it's hard to see outside of also Morrigan. Interesting because Morrigan always rears up, culturally as well. Every few years, everyone gets this interest in her as well. So she's always present. And this art that I've got, I can't see it here. It's been used for some kind of talk. Okay, so yeah, I'll just move it because I'm not hanging up on them. Yeah, this is this one. This one did a long while ago actually. And I think Ronald Hutton's using it for his talk, the Glastonbury Occult Conference. in a couple of weeks
Yeah.
at the Morrigan. So yeah, she would always let you know, like, excuse me, I'm here to. Oh, yes. But yeah, how about you? What are you feeling?
I've been kind of swinging between Athena and Hecate for over 2 decades, and every time I kind of lean more towards one, the other one starts sort of throwing signs at me. Neither of them is subtle, neither. So which is fair, because if one was kind of less dominant than the other, then that would sway me. But I am having a strong Athena moment, which kind of connects me back to my beginnings. I've always loved Athena. I love everything about her. The
owl,
all my Athena stuff. And this has just moved. It was in the living room, and I don't even remember why it's here, but look how comfortable she is. And when she was in the other room, she used to fall over all the time. This thing, it's not even that solid.
She's happy. Isn't it funny? Statues tell you, don't they? They just go, no. It's like, okay.
I don't thinking that this place is enough dignity for me. And what I love about Athena is that she gets to be all and have it all. And I'm so into that. As a child, a sort of raised in that belief that I think was very prominent, like 70s, 80s, that you could be like either pretty or smart. You could be like either athletic or I don't know, good at crafts. It was, you always had to make a choice. And that is now such an abhorrent concept for me. And Athena is the goddess of wisdom, starting with that, good at school, great. But she defends herself. She's always depicted with a helmet.
Yeah.
And she is also one of the three goddesses from the Trials of Paris, where three goddesses band together to manipulate somebody into telling them which one is the prettiest. And I'm well into that as well. So Athena didn't leave. You know what I mean? Athena didn't lead not into manipulation, but into kind of using your words in a way that gets you what you want in life. So Athena didn't really leave any crumbs. She's this and also this and also that. And I love that so much, because the goddess of wisdom is already enough. But look what else. And look what else. So it's, and when I was not really sort of centering Athena, the sign that she sent me was like the funniest. So I met a client who I love so much called Athena. And that was just not sign enough, because she was of Greek heritage. It's a very popular name. And then I met a really, really wonderful creator on the socials who went by a different name, but her real name was Athena. And I was like, oh, what an interesting coincidence, because this and that. And then that was obviously not enough. And then the beautician down the road, who has no connection to Greece, no connection to like the classics and that, one of her daughters is named Athena. And I said to her, are you Greek? And she was like, no. And I said to her, is it, you're a fan of Greek myths? And she was like, no, I was in a kebab shop and I heard the guy call his daughter Athena. I just thought it was a beautiful name. And I thought, why do I keep getting people called Athena come into my world? And it took me literally months. If it would take me this long to figure stuff up for my clients, I would have no career. I would have no career. Figuring stuff for me, however, could be
like that,
generations of perplexity. But looking back, isn't it like the funniest sign?
Yeah,
you're not really sending me signs. You're sending me an actual like stop sign, an actual, road sign. But you know, it takes a while. It takes a
Well, when I
while.
was out in the garden earlier and I was looking at the frost and feeding the horses polos, I was thinking about Freya as a buzzard just took off from the tree right next to me. I mean, the buzzard per se is not Freya, but the hawk is, and it's as close as I'm probably going to get in my garden to us. You know, we get hawks around here. But I was just like going, okay, it's cool. I hear, yeah.
Yeah, got you. I love you. We'll praise you.
The worst one is, oh well, you're not a falcon, so I'm not going to take that sign. Buff. It's just like it's close enough. You know?
If you didn't take the sign, you would have an infestation on your balcony. There'll be people from National Geographic there with their cameras. Take the sign. Take the sign. Take the sign when it's small. If you don't take the sign when it's small, it's going to keep growing and growing until it becomes inconvenient.
Yeah.
And then you have to take the sign. My Hecate signs were much worse, but I don't even want to repeat them. No.
Yeah, I remember you said that one. Whew.
Yeah.
Bloody.
Yeah. Sometimes bloody, sometimes bloodless, always expired. We've got Mark says, is it the same place as the Madonna in Hello Hello?
We're back. We're back to Hello Hello.
Yeah.
We went round and we came all the way back.
Keeping it covered up. Simeon says, what are your favorite decks of tarot? I have a favorite deck of Dragon Tarot that always wants me to use them more than others. That's it. You don't really pick a favorite. They pick you.
No. Exactly. And it's like some of them are for some situations, aren't they? There's some like you just feel like I've got some that I know will be really good if I've got to go and do an event. It's just good for everybody. Where some are more specific, aren't they, for certain areas, certain people, certain moods, maybe certain kind of Samhain. But you have some that are good all rounders that they're going to do the work for us. You know, they're going to be fine for everybody. So yeah, I think it's the ones that feel right for different occasions. But do you have one that you use for yourself, Inbaal, or do you use the same deck for
I am primarily Thoth for any situation, because when I look at the Thoth spread, then it either instantly or almost instantly translates into words in my brain. So there's the connection. But I slowly and laboriously, very, very slowly work my way into a lot more, actually sort of going backwards instead of encouraging like new creates and stuff, going into the Rider-Waite-Smith more, because the same way that I can just understand the Thoth, a lot of people can just understand the Rider-Waite-Smith, and it has kind of an easier way. There must be a psychological reason for it, but I feel that when I'm with clients and they'll see a card, they'll have an easier time understanding what it is. And then my third deck has always been the Zen Osho. Here at the top, and I'll pick it up for a few years and then sort of drop it down for a few years. So I've been kind of bobbing in and out of it, more in terms of teaching, because it's so out there, it's so esoteric that it doesn't even sort of need the framework of a tarot, even though it is a tarot. But this one is incredible, I think, because again, sort of for my brain, I'm very colorful on the inside. For my brain, the imprint of what this looks like is exactly what that situation would feel like. So for example, a 3 of Cups, the celebration, look, right? Perfect. It does, no hidden meanings. Whereas, do you want to see the Hierophant? You're going to die.
Yeah, I have this deck, but I think I lost one of the cards, so I've never used it. Oh wow, yeah.
That's the Hierophant. Yeah. Write your own script, babe. Write your own script. There's no right or wrong. Which one did you lose?
Now that's good. I'm gonna have to go through it now, because it was, when you count them, you're like, oh no, they're not all there, and I couldn't find it. So I'll have to look. I had it with the Druidcraft when I bought it, the first one, and the 10 of Cups was missing, and I was like, oh no. And I wrote to Philip Cargom, and I was like, excuse me. And he sent it to me, so thank you. It was really sweet.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, I've got the whole deck. It's missing. You know, if it'd been the Nine of Swords, I'd be like, oh wow, what a shame. Never mind.
Things happen. Things happen.
But I was like, oh, what my kind of
But yeah,
but
they're so phenomenal. Look at the Lovers.
I have to look at which ones. I love that deck. I do. It's fabulous.
It's just like an imprint of what that specific Lovers kind of love would be. When my granddad, the Holocaust granddad, became kind of old, he started bin hoking, which I think was, from there he'd sort of pick up things and sort of gifts and presents, not like food, but he'll pick up presents and give them to us. And he picked up a deck of tarot, like a miniature tarot, and brought it to me, but it was missing a card, which is probably why it was in a bin. And it was missing something like, I think the Knight of Wands, what I could really do without. So I've never used it for readings, but I have used it for like workshops and teaching and stuff.
Yeah.
Where, you can do that with 77 cards.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I think my favorite ones are the Thoth. I use the Tarot of the She a lot. That speaks to me so well. I use it for most things as well. And the Druidcraft. And then I really love the Wildwood Tarot as well, but it doesn't work for everybody. It's very much very pagan. The meanings are a little bit changed, some of the cards, which normally I really don't like if people change the meanings. But in this case, I'm like, no, these are good. Because as my birth number's 5, the 5s being all chaotic, and not in a good way either, is annoying. But they reclaim to the 5s. It's like because the pentagram and the working of the harmony. I'm like, no, I'm good with that. So yeah, I love the Wildwood Tarot as well, but not it's not for everybody. So you wouldn't maybe go to an event. But then I think the ones I really like the most. Yes.
Yeah, I love that you raised that about the 5, because I don't subscribe to the 5's chaos being anything negative. The 5 is chaos because it follows the 4. The 4 is ordinary. Is that where you want to stay? Is that what you're wishing on yourself? I'm really, really with you on that. I love
it's always a disaster, isn't it? And it's like, that's not what we're all about. It's about creativity and changing and seeing things differently, not about, being nasty and causing bullying and that kind of thing, or panicking about money. So
Five is magical. 5 is magical. And I think in a way, the Rider-Waite-Smith 5 of Wands is actually one of my favorite cards, because you could see the chaos in it.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're making something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're making something. They're like a snapshot of me and my brother and my dad trying to build like the beach gazebo, which only comes out when very, very pale husband comes to beach, so he doesn't, die from the too much sun. But that's what it looks like.
No, so I now see that as the card when he's on the beach, and that's now what I'll see. It's sunburned English person.
Exactly. So we only put it up like maybe 3 times a year. Nobody ever uses it for anything. So it's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit chaotic. We're having to use a couple of the older children just to sort of hold stuff so it doesn't fly in the wind. So it's a mess for 10 minutes. Yeah. And then, it is a life-saving device. But yeah, no, I really relate to what you said about the 5.
Yes, thank you.
We've got a few messages. Gavin saying, Athena, I'm working with just now.
And the Daligan, yeah.
Right. Is that Welsh?
Yes, she's owl goddess as well.
Oh, wow.
I was about to say to you, I found that my little incense stick is got an owl, incense stick holder is a little owl that was next to me as well. So but yeah, Bladowith is the one that was made of flowers, made from flowers. But then it was like, but the thing is that she was turned into an owl for her crimes. But it's kind of the goddess of the day and of the night, isn't it? It's the flowers and the owl. And even though it's a punishment for her to be an owl, she pretty kicked ass as an owl, I think.
Yeah.
I love
Where
owls.
do I sign up for that punishment?
Yeah, exactly. I punish you by saying an owl. Me.
It's like sending criminals to Australia. You know, there's no way to get in the queue. There's a queue for the boat. You know, what criminal activity can I engage in to get to Australia? Andrew, speaking of, Andrew says, I have the goddess oracle.
I think she's in here, actually. What if Athena? I bet you Athena's in here. I know Blodareth is in here. Let me have a little look. I'm just going to search. Keep talking while I just. Oh, there's Athena straight away. There we go. She came out pretty quickly.
Oh, wow. The helmet is an owl.
Yes, you need this helmet.
I know. I'm thinking, can I get my hair to do that? Probably good if I really focused.
Let's have a look. I keep on looking for Blodareth. I did see it earlier. Oh, Rhiannon, some horses. Yes. For the horses. For the boo-boos.
Yeah. I couldn't even see her face between the horses.
I know. It's really lovely, aren't they? They're done really. And there's Bridget there for this time of year for Imbolc here in the UK anyway. Playing the harp for the horses. And Freya with her wings, her falcon wings. Trying to find there's lots. It's really, really lovely. I did see Blodareth in there and she was part owl, so I'm just gonna try and find it because it would be lovely. Sekhmet, we love Sekhmet. Always love Sekhmet.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, more horses. Vila, shape-shifting. Woohoo. Is she
Ooh.
Sure. Baba Yaga. Ooh. Anyway, keep on. I bet you'll be the last one in the deck when it's always the way when you're looking for things. Oh yeah, Bass, you're gonna have the kitties.
Smiling.
The smiley kitties. There we go, Blodareth. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Quite owl-like, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see the owliness. That's nice. And killer cheekbones. Very good.
I know. That's why we want to turn to an owl. Cheekbones.
Yeah, just like in nature. Mark says, I didn't know that. If I recall, Princess Beatrice had just called her daughter Athena. I know we had a royal birth. I did not know that this is still going on. Wow. And Twisted is greeting Ike, saying, good to see you, darling. We've got Guy Calgary saying, good morning from freezing Alberta.
I wonder how cold it is with you guys. I'm curious. It's just 5 degrees here and sunny. Here we go.
Oh, really? It's 0 degrees here and sunny.
Is it?
Yeah, the grass was frosty. I think the sunny has just broken the frosty, but like an hour ago it was still kind of frosty. Emily says, I'm not sure I've ever seen a sign, and if I think something is a sign, it isn't. Do you know? I'll bet it is.
I bet it is. I think maybe if you're not sure about signs, maybe like ask for something, but like maybe not totally specific, like I want to see a certain thing at this time, but ask something that is doable, but also specific enough that will give you a sign. Sometimes you have to kind of work with these things. Okay, asking for something that you're on the right path and you want to see it in, the form of a billboard or of a bird. Just give yourself a little bit of a space. But I think you're just practicing with getting used to reading them, and you'll know that they are right and they are for you.
Coincidences are a good place to start.
Yeah.
So if unlikely things happen a couple of times, or if likely things happen an unlikely number of times,
yeah,
then it's very possibly a sign. And on topic, Guy says, I saw the sign by Ace of Base.
It opened up his eyes. Like, why are the lyrics in my head? Why?
It's very catchy. Gavin asks you, can you give me the name of the goddess pack? I didn't catch.
Yeah, it's this. I'm not advertising them like for any, personal gain. It's just they are nice, aren't they? The goddess oracle. They are lovely, and it's nice because it's it's nice for readings, but also, you know, there's a lot in there that's ritual suggestions or meditation. So if you want to get to know a goddess more, or, you know, you want to give yourself a chance to have meditation time, these are really nice to what goddess am I working with this week? This one. And you can do those rituals and meditation. So it's a nice way to get to know them a bit more.
We have some numbers from Colleen. -1 Fahrenheit or -17 centigrade here right now. My toes are biting the frost as we speak.
Wow. So I don't really know Fahrenheit, but 17 degrees minus. Yeah. Wowzers, trousers. Give us horses and cuddles, and yourself as well.
That is a lot. Andrew says, goddesses Isis and Kuan Yin.
Well, Kuan Yin came up early, didn't she? She popped up.
Yeah, we already visited her. Very nice. And Gavin says about the deck. Who is it created by? I suppose there is a lot of goddess oracle.
So the lady that wrote it is Amy Sophia Baranski, and it's illustrated by Juana Yanto. So that's who did it.
Let me put you full screen, and then Gavin can take a screenshot.
Yeah. So there we go, the Goddess Oracle, and it's by these guys, ladies. It's really nice that the illustrator is written in the same size as the author, because usually the illustrator, you have to dig in the tiniest of text to find. Like, that's the reason people buy the Oracle, is it looks pretty, but the illustrator's like the tiniest of writing. So I'm glad it's in this equally as big writing.
if at all, the Rider-Waite deck didn't even get the artist in the title.
We'd like to think we've improved since those times, but we haven't much, because it's like, we're going to squeeze the person that and my friend did a tarot deck, and he spent about 3 years on it, and the writer spent about 2 weeks on it, and his name's and the artist's name is like just it's just equality,
Yeah, and you know, a little bit of reason, a little bit less of the ego. How does it take away from your achievement?
Yeah,
to share it,
celebrate an artist. Exactly.
Nothing away. This whole, new world is about collaboration. Wait, I'm going to get to you in a second, Diane, but we actually have 23 degrees centigrade from Andrew.
So it is not. That's a good temperature. That's an enjoyable temperature. Maybe not 11:25, but I think I'm enjoying that.
But this is just before midnight, so we don't want to imagine what it was.
I'd like that for an afternoon. Thank you. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, the midday time might have been a little excessive. Diane says, I guess I'm technically the most familiar with Bridget. Yay. So we're coming full circle. It's the time of Bridget.
It's Bridget time. Bridget is wonderful. I can't find the card now, so I'm not looking for it. But it's a time for Bridget. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because she's obviously a goddess of all year round, but this is her time, is it? It's where people think about her. They think of her in that maiden form. They think of her as she is, as the snowdrops here in the UK. Anyway, we've got snowdrops and like spring energy, but also the goddess of healing, of the forge, and of creativity. So she's a wonderful muse of artists and poets and writers and musicians, and also the forge of creating and transforming. She's amazing. We love Bridget. Yeah.
And in a way, I feel like Bridget has benefited from being sort of fully adopted into Christian doctrine and being given like her own special day. I think maybe some deities might have either not survived the journey or would have had their message diluted. But Bridget is a pre-Christian goddess that was kind of embraced, not to say appropriated, as a saint, and is still revered, and in a way the goddess worship sort of persists via that canonification, sanctification, sort of embracing her as a saint. And is Inbaal also St. Bridget's Day?
I think so, isn't it? Around then, Candlemas, isn't it? And then you've
something like that. Yeah. So she kind of, came in through the front door stayed there. Love that for her.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good because it's given that, because she's such a beautiful energy, that it gives people in that faith that feminine beauty that they maybe wouldn't have had otherwise. And it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's, I think she's okay with being in there, as well as because she's just such a beautiful, bright energy that she kind of flows into all different aspects. So yeah, like you say, not all goddesses would have comfortably fit into that space.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually about to run out of time, but let's share the last couple of messages. So Kayla says, "Good morning, tuning in from Pennsylvania."
Morning.
Mwah.
Good morning, morning.
What is the weather like over there?
Yeah,
Because
we're
we've
having a
had
weather chat. Yeah, we've got almost minus 17 to 23 is the scale so far we've got. You know, so.
Yeah, I feel like we're spanning the globe.
Yeah.
Mark says, well, I told you, he says, I'm not seeing any snowdrops yet. He's, only 10 minutes from me. Maybe in the next few weeks before the daffs appear, but usually they are around by now. Yeah, I don't think the frost is going to coax them out of the ground.
No, we've got them in the garden, and there's some daffodils in the garden, and it was frosty, and the daffodils were looking like they really questioned their life choices.
I think the daffodils were maybe questioning you. We've had
I didn't
daffodils.
plant them.
We've had daffodils in the snow here, but like in March snows. We've had no snowdrops yet, but I do have a little smattering of teeny tiny purple, like cyclamens or something like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Very cute, very cute. Kayla says, freezing rain. Stay indoors.
Yeah, stay in. That sounds horrible.
Amazing. So thank you so much for spending this hour with us. Thank you, everybody. And we will be here, I believe, next week, same time. Suits you?
Yes. Yeah, I might have to, because I might be going up north. I'm not quite sure yet. So I'll keep everyone posted as soon as possible about next week, because I've not seen my mum yet for Christmas. I haven't seen her yet. So we're trying to find a day where I can, a few days where I can go and visit her. So I'll keep you posted.
Amazing. Thank you, everybody, and have an incredible day. We'll catch up with you when we catch up with you. See ya.